Why are so many comedians uploading their comedy specials to YouTube instead of finding distribution on something like Tubi or Amazon or Hulu or Netflix? And the answer is pretty simple, because in the past, this wasn't an option. There wasn't this many eyeballs on something like YouTube that the comedian could get in front of so easily. Like in the past, you used to have deals with these distribution companies and with these large channels, and they owned the eyeballs. They controlled everything. So not only sometimes did comedians not own their own special, but they have no idea of where the special will go truly after the contract ends with Netflix, or what will happen during that contract. And then also all those eyeballs, they don't have a way to get them again. So they could really have a good year or a good couple of years from a special that came out, and then it could dry up. It could end there. And that's scary. So now the ability to upload your own special to YouTube, you can pay out of pocket to work with a company that could film it for you, work with pros, and then those pros help you make it into a good product, and then you own it. And then you can upload it to something like YouTube where they complete ownership, and then they make the money off of it. Because that's the other side of this, is sometimes these deals with large streaming services doesn't mean the comedian has a huge payout, especially if it's your first special with them or first special ever. Who knows what kind of deal you're going to be getting? But with YouTube, you can monetize. So I think, we've really seen in the last few years more and more comedians just going, hey, my new special's on YouTube, which is great to see. And people are getting used to that new model of comedy where the comedian is releasing their own specials that they created. And then you're seeing more and more comedians build their YouTube presence, bringing their podcasts, bringing out networks, and then there's other channels doing this for comedians, which is really interesting to see. Like companies like 800 Pound Gorilla, who used to mostly just do albums, is now doing specials, and they're doing it on their own YouTube channel, and they're getting huge amount of views and a lot of subscribers. And now 800 Pound Gorilla, if you don't know, they've been selling their specials to Hulu. So these specials that came out on YouTube first are now available on Hulu. So that's the quality that's getting made these days by someone like 800 Pound Gorilla, who's doing it right. And then there's companies like Don't Tell and Don't Tell Comedy. They started out just putting shows together around the country, secret shows where you didn't know the headliner and who they're going to be. And then they really got into the content creation side of that. And so now they've been releasing, I don't know if they call them specials, but there'll be 15-minute sets or longer that they taped at one of these secret shows. They're releasing content from these secret shows that they're filming themselves onto a channel that they've grown into a massive network. And now they're kind of like their own streaming service, if you think about it, just on YouTube. And so they're releasing content for these comedians and getting eyeballs on these 15-minute sets or longer for maybe comedians that don't have the following, but Don't Tell does. So we're seeing this growth of like YouTube and comedians, just like this interweb growth happening. And I think more and more comedians should take advantage of this. I know I'm trying to take advantage of this. I know that that's my goal, is to grow the Big Laugh channel, to have comedy specials, have my podcast, have other content available, and also feature other comedians so that we have somewhere we can put this content safely, and we could, thrive together instead of needing, truly a Netflix or a Hulu to always be the revenue or the eyeballs. So I think it's great to see that this growth is happening. And I think in the next few years, you're going to see it more and more and more as comedians really wake up to this new process, because viewers of comedy don't care where they see the comedy so much. It just seems like they're willing to take in that comedy however they please. And now with the YouTube app changing, I think that's going to help us a lot too. I think the YouTube app is going to change on the TV, and it's going to feel more like a streaming service. So in the next coming years, you're going to have specials come out on YouTube, and it's going to feel like when does that window close of it stops feeling like, oh, this separate thing, to being, no, the streaming platform YouTube. You've seen this comedian on YouTube. Like, when does that window I think we're getting close to that window closing of feeling like it's two separate things. And I mean, YouTube is just massively growing, and the amount of people that watch YouTube on TV is massively growing. So I think this is changing for the good, and I think comedians can really benefit from this change. I think now is the moment that comedians and filmmakers and creatives of all sorts should be capitalizing on YouTube and building their brand and having somewhere to put all this content, short form, long form, having somewhere to place all that content as apps and social media changes on the daily. But thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it. I just moved into my new studio. I'm excited to be filming here. I still got to get the wallpaper up. I still got to get some other things organized, but please subscribe to the channel and help me grow this, because I can't wait to release more content with you. And I'm excited for you to watch what I have coming up soon. And I'll talk to you in the next one.